Hi, everybody. This is Lou McNally. Coming up next on Made in Maine, we're in search of water. Now, the experts will tell you that's one of our next endangered natural resources, but we found a place where the water's bubbling clear and pure right out of the ground at Summit Spring in Harrison. Here in Maine, we are blessed with an abundance of fresh water, lakes, ponds, and streams, and rivers like the St. George here as it runs through Warren just before it turns tidal, heading out to the sea. But more often than not, you have to go find the water here if you need it. We did find one place where it's coming clear and pure right out of the ground. It has been for hundreds of years, Summit Spring in Harrison. There's not too many places on the planet where you can get pure water bubbling right up out of the ground, but it has been happening here at Summit Spring for hundreds of years, at least as far as we know, what we have for recorded history anyway. This was the site of a bustling hotel and spa years ago. Well, the hotel's gone now, but Summit Spring Water Company is still here. Let's talk to the president, Brian Pullen. Brian, how are you?
Welcome.
Good to see you today.
Thanks for coming.
This is fascinating. I mean, I'm sure people can hear the trickling in the background that's going on. There's no pumps. This is a spring house.
Absolutely not.
What's the difference?
It's a geologic phenomenon. The water bubbles naturally to the surface without any artificial means whatsoever. This is a rare jewel.
Well, it's also kind of strange because we are very close to the top of the hill here.
Yes, yeah.
You'd expect one of these to be down a bit further.
Absolutely. It's a rare bedrock fracture spring. It's a phenomenon. It's a geologic phenomenon. You look around, we're on the highest ground in Cumberland County. The fact that it bubbles out here is almost unmatched anywhere in the world.
Yeah, that's an interesting point because you've got more advantages here to the fact that you don't have to pump it. The quality is good, too.
The quality is unmatched. We gravity feed to our bottling facility 50 feet away. It's the perfect situation. As long as you don't mess with nature, everything is in a perfect balance, and that's what we do. We only take nature's overflow. We don't treat it. We're exempt from treatment. It's a perfect situation, and we plan on keeping it that way.
Let's sneak over and take a peek at that. Yeah, it sounds great. Now, you had to cover this up with this...
Modern sanitary rules, require containment. Obviously, the building was built in 1936, and there's the chipmunks and squirrels, they would love to have the water too, and it's too hard to keep them out, so we contain the water as accurately as we can.
And that's it. It just looks like a beach sand almost in there.
The top coating is sterile sand, but the larger chunks of gravel that you see are natural earth and gravel, and there's also natural sand mixed with that as well.
Now you don't have no screens, no filters, or anything?
We filter just basically before we bottle to make sure none of the sand particles would actually float into the bottle. But other than that, there's no treatment, no.
Oh, right. Well, how about a taste?
Absolutely.
This is amazing. I mean, there's thousands of gallons in there, right?
Yes. Natural mountain spring water. It's the best on earth, right there.
You're not kidding. That's tremendous. And you got a standpipe I see in the corner, so it just goes right from...
Flows right from here naturally right to the bottling plant. It's slightly below this elevation.
Wow.
50 feet away.
So what are your plans? I mean, I see you're bottling it up now.
Yes, yeah. We are always going to be a regional company. We're never going to be a national huge. This is a limited flow. We take only the natural flow. Even though 55,000 gallons a day, 35 million gallons a year bubbles naturally out of the spring, it's still a finite quantity.
Right.
So we're only going to take the natural flow. We're committed to that. We're never going to drill any boreholes. We're never going to pump any water. So this is what it is. And when we reach the limit, the price is going to have to go up. I'm sorry. That's the way it goes.
So is it working out okay, getting started as a small company?
It's been a tough fight. A lot of infrastructure costs. Stainless steel is ungodly expensive. All the machines we've had to buy. We had to build buildings. We had to improve this spring house. When we bought this, the windows were boarded up. And so we've done a lot of work on infrastructure. And we keep fighting the fight. We're the real thing. And we try to... hopefully people will notice and appreciate the difference, and when they see things like this on your show, the proof is here. The picture's worth 1,000 words, and it's one thing to read about things, but it's another thing to drink from the source as you just did. Sampling it right out, watching it bubble in, it's a geologic phenomenon. It's amazing thing.
It is extraordinary. I mean, it's difficult to put that on a label. So how do you differentiate? I mean, there's dozens of brands out there. How do you differentiate yourself?
People need to pay attention. They need to look at the label. It's tough. We have a very, very in-depth website. We try to put a lot of information on the website. There's actually a video of the source on the website also. We just try to educate people that there's a difference. We've become accustomed in this country that water is water, and nothing could be further from the truth. As you know, they say Maine is to water as Saudi Arabia is to oil. I mean, think of this jewel in Maine as extremely rare worldwide. You don't see these hardly anywhere.
Right.
So it's the real deal, and we just have to try to get that word out to get people to realize that there's a difference. The quality is unmatched. The purity is unmatched. The consistency of the quality. We don't get fluctuations in quality. When you take only the natural overflow like this, nothing changes. The aquifer is always full. Yep. It's always overflowing. It's in perfect equilibrium. That's the way to do it.
So do you have any variation seasonally in the flow?
We do have some seasonal variations with a certain delay period based on meltdown. Right now we're at low flow, basically, because it's been all winter. The ground's been frozen.
Sure.
When any precipitation falls in the wintertime, it just basically goes. It doesn't soak into the soil. Once springtime comes in our favorite mud season, there's a lot of water soaking into the ground, and about a month later you'll see this really pick up in volume for a while through the summer, and then it'll taper down through August, and then into the fall it picks back up again.
Well, we saw the old bottles, so you've managed to successfully revive the company. What about the hotel and spa?
Yeah, we're actually going to rebuild the hotel.
Are you really?
Yes, we're going to rebuild it as a facade. We're going to do an exact replica as close as we can of the hotel right up in the same field. Yep. The bottom two floors will actually be a warehouse. But from the front, you'll think it's the hotel.
We're going to take a look at the bottling plant in a second?
Sure.
All right. Well, while we get set up to do that, we're going to send you folks along to another location. Well, this looks like it's pretty much a brand new building here.
It is. Huh? It's only about a year old. We built the building basically in the footprint of the old barreling building that used to be here.
Oh, yeah.
So we've had to recreate everything and buy everything and build everything. All stainless steel. We didn't use any PVC. We've tried to do everything right from the beginning.
So you didn't have to, of course, worry about any pumping. You've got the elevation on the hill here.
This is about probably 75 feet lower than the spring house itself, so it flows naturally by gravity.
Wow. So you can fill the bottles by gravity.
Not quite. The machines need a constant pressure, so the machines fill by time, not volume. So we have to at least just make sure the volume is perfect going to the machine. But all the tanks are filled by gravity.
Well, we've been in a lot of production facilities, and they're usually a lot louder than this. This is nice.
Well, it's nice for the time being. We've obviously shut down operation, and we're stopping the spring right now. The flow through the floor is part of the water we drain all the time. And it's quite a flow. You'll see. We dump a lot of our excess.
Oh, look at that. Woo! You can't use that?
We actually can't bottle as fast as it comes in right now. Let me shut this off so we can talk for a second.
Okay. Oh, boy. Now, that's right straight back through there. We're 75 feet up.
The pipe from the spring comes directly through the wall right there, and we divert it wherever we need it. The main tank outside, and the small pipe coming back is to the respective machines.
Right. And this is one of them right here, right?
This is our small bottle line.
So the water really, from the spring, touches nothing but stainless steel.
Never leaves stainless steel. Never sees the light of day until it goes in the bottle. Now,
this is one of the reasons that the Maine Organic Farmers and Gardeners Association has classified it as
MOFGA, the Maine Organic Farmers, and one of their key tenets is sustainable farming practices. And the way we gather water without the aid of pumps or any external devices does not harm the environment. That's the key tenet. We don't extract water, we don't pump it out, we don't lower aquifers. We take only the natural overflow. This is running right down the hill. We just gather what we can. These machines cannot even keep up with that flow. It's coming in at 40 gallons a minute. If we could run both machines simultaneously, we might be able to get that. This takes about 20-some gallons a minute. So we can't even bottle. It goes into a silo, and we get done bottling, at the end of the day, the silo is still full. It's overflowing the whole time we're bottling. There's so much water, we just can't even take it all.
Wow. And this is your bottling. So these are all brand new. You had to invest in this, and the 3- and 5-gallon machine, and the
big
stainless steel. And
it's tough. That's the tough part.
Well, it's a tough business. How do you think you're going to do?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You're going to keep your pilot's license?
We keep our fingers crossed. I'm going to keep my day job for the time being.
There you go.
I can always go back to flying permanently if I have
suppose.
to.
Now, how many employees do you have?
We have 8 right now. We have a big prominence in northern New Hampshire and Berlin. We have a distribution building in Berlin and a couple guys over there. We took over what used to be the old Balsam Springs years ago, so we do that whole area in central and southern Maine, and we're working our way north in Maine too.
So what do you look at as your market?
Our market is a premium product for people that recognize the difference and are willing to pay more, frankly, for it because it costs us more to bottle it. Kind of the same clientele that would appreciate organic foods. This is a high-end product gathered without any harm to the environment, no treatment, straight into the bottle, gravity-fed, bottled at the source. I mean, you'll see many other companies that have multiple sources of water, and things are tankered everywhere, and we bottle right here at the source. It's almost never done, and it's almost never done by gravity. Almost every other spring company, they have to pump the water from the source up to the bottling plant. So the water's running through pumps all the time. We don't have to do any of that. So
tremendous.
We do it as pure and with as least intrusive as we possibly can do it.
Is it growing faster, slower, or the same that you expected?
It's growing faster than I expected.
Faster than you expected?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're kind of like a gathering storm here. I hope.
Well, good luck. Good luck. I'm telling you, I hope it turns out. We'll stop by in a couple of years and see if we get four more machines here.
Bigger ones, maybe. Yeah.
All righty. Thanks very much for having us by. What a treat. Well, we hope that the water that you're getting is just as good, whether it's having to be drilled out of the ground by somebody like the Hatch family, or whether you're pumping it by hand with a Bison hand pump, or gravity-fed and bottled right here at the source at Summit Spring, flowing for hundreds of years now right here in Harrison. It's all good water, and it's all made in Maine. Now remember, you can get anything you need about any of our shows on the web. Just point your browser to mpbn.net. This is Lou McNally. Hope you enjoyed the show. Join us again next time, won't you, for another edition of Made in Maine.